Hey guys, it is me, Miss Rodriguez, and today we are going to learn how to make a video game using Scratch. So you can see right now I am in Schoology, and one of the things you see is the link to get to the Scratch website, and you see the password. So in case you forgot your password from last time, of course it's in there. Now, you'll also see the videos as I'm adding them to this folder, so you can always go back and reference. I try to make the videos small, so depending on what step you're in the video game process, you can go back to find it. So let's start from the very beginning. The first thing you're going to do is go to the Scratch website, and you will click on that. And you are going to see that sad face. So you're going to come up here to that square and click on it, and it will take you in a few seconds. You can also go ahead and click on that link one more time, and it'll take you to Scratch. Now, I am already logged in. I know I'm logged in because right up here in this corner, I see my login, my username and password, okay? If you are not logged in, it will not save your work. And the next time you come to class, you're starting all over again. So it's very important that you are going in and logging in. So make sure you do that first. If you're not sure, come see me. I'll help you get logged in correctly. So, first thing we're going to do is once you've logged in, over here next to Scratch, you're going to see where it says Create. We're going to click on Create. We're starting with a blank document. I would come in here to the top and I would change your title. So we're going to just for now call it jumping game. You can always go back when you actually have characters and a setting, and you can go in and add, change that title as you need. So for now, just call it your jumping game. So we have our jumping game information in there, and we need to go ahead and start with the character. So I'm going to come here to this character, and I'm going to delete this character. I don't want him. I want to start new. So I come down here where it says, and I keep having to move my picture, no big deal. I come here and I'm going to go to create a sprite. So you want to find the object first that's going to be jumping in your game. So I'm going to come here to animals. You can choose what you're going to do, but it needs to make sense something that would jump. Okay. For instance, I wouldn't pick a rock to jump. So I am going to start with a crab. And then I want a background that also matches my character. So I come down here to backdrop. And again, I'm going to search. And since I'm doing a crab, I'm going to type in over here ocean. And I see one I like, the boardwalk. And I'm also going to come and I'm going to move my crab to the boardwalk. I want him to be on the actual ground or near the ground for him in the jumping game. So we start with that. Now, in the jumping game, you actually want the character to jump when the player tells it to jump. So we're going to do that with a space. So I'm going to go up here to event. And instead of doing when the green flag is checked, we're going to do when spacebar key is pressed. Okay. Now, if you notice, there could be something where you could say, oh, when I do the up arrow, when I do the down arrow. I think for this one, I'm just going to start with a space. Okay. I also want to go back to motion. And the first thing I want to do is I want my character to jump up. So I'm going to come and scroll down to my motions where it says change Y by 10. So when they're talking about X and Y, the Y is going up and down. The X is going horizontally. So Y vertically and your X horizontal. So since we want it to jump up, we're going to do the Y. Now, I don't want it to go just up by 10 because if I do that and I push the space, you can see it goes up a little bit, but I have to keep doing that. So I want to bring my character back down, and I'm going to go to event once more, and I'm going to use a loop because remember our loop makes something happen over and over again. So I'm going to do repeat, and I'm going to put that inside the loop, and I'll bring it up. So if I go in and I push that, you can see how it goes up much farther. Okay, I'm going to bring it back down again. And now I want also my character after it goes up to go back down. So we go back to motion and we're going to do another change Y by 10. But this time, because we want it to go down, we're going to do negative 10. So all I have to do is come in and put in a minus sign for negative 10. Now, I will tell you when you are working on this, if you feel like 10 is not working for your character, every character is different. You can go in and change that number 10 to something that works in your video game. So again, I went in and put another loop. Now let's test this out. I'm pushing the space and you can see it goes up and down, up and down. Okay, so far that is working for me. Now, some people are going to find that when they actually start getting an object that we're going to move across, that it's going too fast. That might be where you need to go in and change a number. So maybe I change it to 15. Actually, I'm going to keep the repeat at 10, but I'll do the change by 15. And really, on the game, it's just kind of figuring out what works for your particular game. See, that kind of makes it a little bit, gives it a little more height, so it gives it a little more time. The other thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to add a sound. So I'm going to come up back to my different coding blocks. I'm going to go to sound, and I'm going to do start sound. I'm going to do it right here. It says pop. So now let's see. So every time I click on it, it makes a popping sound. Okay, so this is our first step, and I'll see you if you finish this step, then we'll move on to the second step, guys. Good job.